Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email us Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. Today, we're discussing a rarely seen 2011 launch from Vacheron Constantin from the Historiques collection of living legends. This is known as the Aronde 1954. Essentially named after birds' wings, it does have the look of a swallow in flight. And the original came out in 1954. It was a very close running companion to the similar Patek Philippe Manta, the 2554, which was itself revived in the modern era as the Patek 5100. This model in antiquity would have been known as the 4984, and it would have been powered by a modified Lecoultre caliber 410, I believe. This watch right here is powered by Vacheron's own caliber 1400. So the Aronde 1954 is not as big as you think. It's 31.2 from side to side, not inclusive of the crown, but then it's only 44.5 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip, 9.8 millimeters thick. It has a fairly broad 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Throwing it on the wrist, you could see this watch, which was also nicknamed the Lips watch for obvious reasons. It has a commanding presence without being all that big. It's not too broad across the wrist. You could see all form watches wear larger. I would encourage you to think of this as about a 40 millimeter round watch, and you've got approximately the idea of how it fits. The case is far more complex than a Patek Manta or 5100. And you can see that it is sort of cambered and arced to flow over the wrist. I'd recommend this for a wrist of 14 centimeters circumference or larger, and my wrist once more is 16 centimeters circumference. The strap is very close hewn to the case. There's a lot of integration, very little daylight between them. And you can see how the lugs are drilled close to the case. The strap is upscale. Gator on both sides, small round scale on the bottom, large rectangular symmetrical scale on the top. Expensive cuts of alligator here when you see large rectangular symmetrical scales. You can also see that in real high-end dress watch style, not only do we have double gator for longer durability, but it's a bonded style without stitching to mar the aesthetic. You can also see it's a brand new Vacheron factory strap here. And then it has a matching Vacheron Maltese cross-style pin buckle in rose gold. The case is pretty complex. I'm going to do my best to remove these offending fingerprints, but you can see how it has sort of a drawn-out flank, and then there is a pronounced bevel that thins out towards the lugs, and almost like the sweep spear design of 1950s Buicks, you can see how it dips in the center and gives way to a flat satinated lug top, or I guess we could call it case top, with a seam that runs all the way to a towering sapphire crystal that covers up these gaps in the case flank. So it's a truly impressive watch with a lot of nuance to the way it's shaped and finished, with one of the most elaborate sapphires I have ever seen on a Holy Trinity product. The watch features primarily satin across its top, but you can see that it is a monoblock case. Everything, the dial and the movement, load through the back. So this extraordinary case and bezel combination are all one piece with no offending seam to part them. Incredibly integrated and elegant aesthetic. The dial features quarters that are perpendicular to each other, and then we have rose gold numerals, indices, and Vacheron Maltese cross logo with a lovely little quartered small second. It is a gorgeous look with the texture more than anything else really making this dial. 30 meters water resistant, so dress watch standard. Don't swim with it. You can see the Maltese cross on the crown, which is a push-down crown. This is the 8118, inside caliber 1400, whereas the original in the 50s would have had a Lecoultre base. This uses the caliber 1400 that Vacheron debuted in the early 2000s as their first fully in-house manual wind movement. It is Geneva hallmark. It is exquisitely finished. It is a 4 hertz beat rate, 20 joule, 40-hour manual wind that is properly sized to fit in this narrow case and does Vacheron proud. I have other videos where you can see the 1400. Just rest assured what's in this case is all Vacheron and true horlogerie. But you buy a watch like this for its incredible form factor, presence, and history. Reach out to Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.